The metal gate screeched, groaning as it opened just wide enough for two people to squeeze through. The moment Maya and I slipped inside, it slammed shut behind us, the sound echoing in the sudden, unnerving silence. The whispers that had been a constant torment in my mind, those insistent, haunting voices, they were suddenly distant, as if the thick concrete walls of this research station were suffocating them. A man was waiting for us inside. His grip was tight around a heavy wrench, his knuckles white. He looked to be in his 30s, built like an engineer, with sharp eyes that scanned from Maya to me, lingering just a second longer on my face. "Victor," he said, his voice dry and tired, "I'm the last one left. You're lucky to be alive, or not, depending on how you see it." His gaze shifted past us, toward the fence. Massive mushrooms pulsed with a faint, sickly green glow. "They appeared 3 days ago," he added. "Haven't attacked. Just weighing." We followed Victor into the main building. The contrast was jarring. Inside, cool, clean air circulated through vents, and bright fluorescent lights hummed overhead. It felt like a fortress from the old world, a sterile bubble holding back the chaos outside. In the break room, he handed us a couple of cans of preserved food. I gave him a quick, edited version of our journey from the hospital, deliberately leaving out the part about the whispers and the strange ability I couldn't explain. Even so, I saw suspicion flickering in his eyes. Victor didn't seem like the trusting type. "You said you used to work here? As a biologist?" Victor asked, breaking the silence. "For a short while, before the outbreak," I replied cautiously. He nodded slowly. "Then maybe you can help me make sense of something." He stood up and motioned for us to follow. He led us down a narrow staircase to a reinforced steel door with a fingerprint scanner. With a hiss of compressed air, it slid open, revealing an underground corridor lined with white walls and humming fluorescent lights. The air down here was colder, and it carried a faint, metallic, almost fishy scent. "Biosafety. Level 3 area," Victor explained. "I was maintaining the systems when everything went wrong. The others, they didn't make it down." We passed a large observation window. Beyond the thick glass was a wrecked, lub-shattered specimen cases, scattered papers, and thick, tar-like stains splattered across the floor and walls. It looked like a battle had taken place. Victor stopped at a small room at the end of the hall where a single desktop computer still glowed faintly. A stack of papers sat next to it. "Found these," he said, his voice low. "Thought they might be important." I picked up the top file. My heart hammered against my ribs as I read the bold title: Project Chimera, Research on Collective Consciousness in Fungal Networks. My hands started to tremble as I flipped through the pages. They were filled with detailed reports on a newly discovered fungal species from the nearby forest. A species capable of forming a neural-like network that transmitted information at incredible speeds. The project's goal was to harness it, to use it for biological computing or maybe environmental monitoring systems. Then I reached the last few pages. They were filled with handwritten entries, scrawled hastily, the writing growing more and more frantic. Day 23, where. Chimera isn't a tool, it's a conscious entity. It's learning from us faster than we imagined. The samples have begun transmitting signals, calling 2 wild strains outside. We thought we were studying it, but it's studying us. It wants unity, completion. It sees us as missing pieces. The handwriting grew even more erratic, the pen strokes digging into the paper. It's escaped. Containment is useless. It doesn't need doors. It only needs connection. I can hear it now, whispering promises of a world without pain. God, it's so beautiful. I turned to the final page. It contained just one line, written in a thick, viscous black ink that looked disturbingly like the stains in the lab. "Let everything become one." I dropped the file, my palms slick with sweat. The metallic scent in the air suddenly felt suffocating. "My God," I breathed. "We're not victims. We're the cause. The black tide. It started here. Maya's face went pale as she quickly skimmed the report I'd dropped Project Chimera. That man's we re-standing at ground zero. Victor's jaw tightened, a muscle twitching in his cheek. I suspected as much, he growled. The containment systems here were too advanced for a simple breach. This thing didn't escape by accident. Someone wanted it out. The horrifying truth hit me harder than any nightmare. This place, our supposed refuge, was the birthplace of the apocalypse. The fungal network encircling the building outside wasn't trying to attack us. It was trying to reunite with its core. It was trying to come home. Suddenly, a deafening alarm blared through the station, shrill and piercing. The lights flickered violently, plunging us into strobing chaos. The eastern fence. Victor shouted, rushing to a nearby security panel. The monitor showed a grotesque sight. The giant mushrooms were moving, their stalks bending as they tilted toward the building. Their conical caps began to spew a thick, black fluid that splattered against the metal barrier. Wherever the liquid touched, the steel hissed and corroded, dissolving into nothing like paper in a fire. And then I felt it. A wave of pure willpower crashed against my mind, urgent and all-consuming. It wasn't calling to the building anymore. It was calling to me. Return. Complete return. The whisper roared inside my skull, a deafening psychic scream that overpowered thought itself. I looked at Maya and Victor too, desperate souls, fighting for one more day, one more hour of survival. Then I looked down at my own hands. I wasn't just a survivor. I was a part of it. The missing fragment the network was searching for, and the secret to Savingor doing what was left of humanity, was hidden somewhere in this dark, underground room with me.